Hi Dan, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Dan Greenawalt. I'm the creative director at Turn10, and we make Forza Motorsport 5.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the game. First question, how did you end up working with the cloud and the Azure server from Microsoft? Tell us about the story behind your work with the cloud.
We started on Forza 5 in about a year before we shipped Forza Motorsport 4. And really that was when the Xbox architecture team was meeting to decide what Xbox One would be. So we were talking to them about what we thought the vision of next gen would be. And that would be for a racing game, 1080p, 60 frames per second, having the materials, the imperfections of the cars, but also cloud compute. We had a vision for AI that was more human. And having the cloud, big data, more like search, crunch all those numbers, do it asynchronously, doing things that the box can't do by itself, no box could do by itself, was a new way of approaching AI, honestly. And the results have been great. I mean, people have been playing it tonight, they've been playing it all week, and what's cool is seeing the AI really race against people, not just be on the track with them, but actually use strategy and tactics to try and beat the player so it's a battle. It totally changes the way the game feels.
Okay. Another question about the cloud, a question that many players have thought about it. What will happen if I don't connect my Xbox One to the internet? What will be the differences in terms of experience?
Well, every time you connect to the internet, we're going to download more updated drivatars. So you don't have to connect all the time, but if you want the most updated drivatars, you should connect. Also, every day you log in, you're going to get money for the in-game credits for the way your drivatar was driving against your friends and family. So there's Rivals mode, where it's asynchronous play, there's multiplayer, there's curated paint jobs. So the truth is, the game is fantastic whether you're connected or not. The things we're doing in physics, honestly, just weren't possible on last-gen hardware. But if you want to get the most out of the game, these features that are truly connected, very social, being connected actually is always going to make the game better.
Okay. Well, now we'll try to talk a little bit about the controller, because we tried it later on and it was amazing. Tell us, how did you put the new controller into the game, and what are the best features you use into the game with this controller and the impulse triggers?
So the nice thing about being on the Xbox One is, as a creator, all of the toys I get to play with, all of the tools I can use to create cool experiences for our players. So that includes the cloud, it includes Kinect, it includes the rumble and the triggers. It includes a lot of great features in the box. The triggers in particular were something that we worked with the platform team on, so our game was one of the first prototypes that was used to test those triggers. And what it gives you is a really great sense of what the car is doing. Specifically because as you over-accelerate, you spin the tires, you're going to feel the vibration, the rumble, in your accelerator pedal, your accelerator trigger. And same thing on the brake when you lock up the tires. Now the cool thing has been how this has made players better. When we play tested the game, players are now using more finesse when they play the game, so it's actually making them better drivers. We didn't add it for that reason, we added it for immersion, and it turns out it actually makes them better at the game.
Okay, how will you use smart glass in Forza 5?
Well, so as I mentioned, there's a lot of different tools at our disposal to really make the games better. And the creators choose which ones we want to really expose. So we've focused on the cloud, and we focused on things like the triggers. But we do have smart glass integration, and it's pretty much free as a developer. That's the nice thing. So if you think about the Xbox 360, there's a dashboard. And whenever you pull up the dash to accept friends' requests or see a message, get into a party, it takes you out of the game. Well, Smart Glass allows you to keep the game up and just pull up all of that stuff on your Smart Glass. So it may be a virtual keyboard, it could be starting a party, it could be managing different files. So it keeps you in the game and still allows you to access the full dashboard functionality.
Okay. Well, you talked about multiplayer and Smart Glass use with multiplayer. About it, what will you provide in terms of challenges and tournaments day one?
So the challenges system is in many ways an extension of the achievement system. And the thing I expect once players start getting in with the challenges is that it's going to get a mind of its own. We're going to find that players like this and don't like that. So we have challenges that start out in day one. That includes challenges that are community-based, so all of us together logging a certain number of miles. We have different types of challenges, and my expectation is it's going to change how people play, but I don't know exactly how. The great thing about the system is we can change it all the time, and we get great telemetry on how people are playing. So my hope, my expectation, is we've got a great group to start off with, but I want to watch how people play it. Just like achievements took off like wildfire at the start of Xbox 360, I think the challenges are going to do the same thing.
Okay, one last question about the game, and what was your greatest challenge in making the game? In all these years, what was your greatest challenge?
This was by far the most ambitious title we've ever made. The team's been together for 10 years. We have a lot of great process. We have a lot of veterans that have been doing this a long time. But if you think about what Forza Motorsport is, it's the flagship epic simulator. And that's never been delivered at the launch of a console before. Usually there's racing games, good racing games, but 200 cars, 40 ribbons, having the livery editor, having curated content, AI delivered from the cloud, 1080p, 60 frames per second, groundbreaking physics. The game is huge and it's pushing innovation all over the place. So what's been hard is actually delivering what our fans demand of us. You know, if you think about Forza Motorsport 2, it was on the Xbox 360 and it launched a year and a half after the launch, and it had 12 environments. We delivered a game that is bigger than Forza Motorsport 2, but we did it at the launch. And it's all rebuilt hard, you know, all of these tracks had to be rebuilt, the cars had to be rebuilt. You know, all of this is built for the next gen. I didn't want to port over old content. Our fans demand more, and they deserve more. To have next gen content, all the doors open on the cars, you can get inside, look around, cockpits with reflections, 3D grass, tracks that are accurate to a sub-centimeter level of accuracy. That's what the next generation is all about, and that's what Forza Motorsport 5 gives you.